Hey Bookwormies, so welcome back. Before we start anything, before we even get started with this whole video, disclaimer, please, if you have not read Once Upon a Broken Heart and a Ballad of Never After, please do not go on with this video unless if you're okay with major spoilers and many other things. So please keep that in mind before you go into this video. So I'll give you guys a few seconds to get out. I'll see you guys in the next video though, okay? Okay, now that they're gone, we can talk freely. So guys, as you may know, the third book of Once Upon a Broken Heart is coming out pretty soon. A Curse for True Love. That's the name, guys, if you don't know yet. And I am super excited. So we are going to talk in this video about theories. What will happen? So, let's get started. First, before I do anything, I want to tell you guys a mini summary just for refreshment of what happened in the last two books. So, Evangeline goes to the church and prays to Jax to stop the wedding of her stepsister, and Lux or something like that, whatever his name is, blah blah blah. And then stuff go on, and then Evangeline meets Apollo, marries him. They're stuck in two curses. The Hunter Fox curse, where Apollo needs to hunt. He needs to hunt Evangeline until he meets us, like in that. Kind of in like what's happened in like the Hunter Fox fairy tale story, and then the mirror curse. So let's say if Apollo gets hurt, then Evangeline too, and stuff like that. Then Apollo like falls asleep, gets stuck in a curse, and then Evangeline is looking for a way to wake him up from his suspended state. After trying with unsuccessfulness and for finding a cure, she agrees to Jack's proposition. And if she collects the 4 stones and opens the Valerie Arch, he would help her wake Apollo. So Evangeline is like the living key, and she's the only one that can actually sense the stones and feels a pull to them. Like she gets applied to them, like she's kind of like stuck to them. So Evangeline finds the truth stone in the grave of Glendora Slaughterwood, and then Evangeline and Jax later have a conversation in which he finally tells the truth, and that he didn't want to open the Valerie Arch. He just wanted, he didn't want the stones to reunite, because he wanted it in a different way. He wanted them to reunite all the stones, so then he could use it to travel back time. But just so you know, you can only travel once back in time. He tells her it's because he wants to return to the moment he met Princess Donatella, and because she is supposed to be his one true love. And he wants to fix things so she won't leave him. Again, heartbroken for another. And then Evangeline is thinking for sure that Jax does not have actual true feelings for Donatella. And Evangeline realizes that she really does love Jax and thinks he might have feelings back in a way, but he just doesn't know. She pleads him and tells him not to go with his plans because this will change the course of how life went, and that means that Evangeline and Jack don't actually ever meet. So and then Chaos takes off his mask inside like the Valerie Arch and stuff, and he thinks that he is capable of controlling his urge for blood, but actually he is not capable. He attacks Evangeline, biting her neck and draining all her blood, most of it, and then Jax arrives too late to save her, and Evangeline dies in his arms. Jack is devastated and is at her death, and he screams and cries tears of blood. He decides in the end to use the stones, which is super sweet, I find, to try to save her. Like to return to the moment when he sees Donatella before Evangeline, and he prevents the way for Chaos to kill her. And Jax is the only one that knows that the stones have been used, since nobody knows it really. And then when they open the Valerie Arch for the second time, he goes with Chaos and Evangeline. And then after Evangeline opens the arch and Chaos is inside, Jax hurts Evangeline by telling her to leave with many hard words. And she leaves in tears, thinking that it's like the end of them, and he will use the stone to return back in time and come back to Donatella. And then he when Evangeline wakes up, the Jax says that he's his husband and that she doesn't have any memory of him, but he tells her that she is safe with him and he won't let her go. And that's the end for the quick recap of what happened. Okay, before we get started with the series, I want one more thing just so you guys have an idea what will be happening in the third book. I found the back blurb of the book 3. So let me tell you guys what it is. 2 villains, 1 girl, and a deadly battle for happily ever after. Evangeline Fox ventured to the magnificent north in search of her happy ending. And it seems as if she has it. She's married to a handsome prince and lives in a legendary castle. But Evangeline has no idea of the devastating price she's paid for this fairy tale. She doesn't know what she has lost, and her husband is determined to make sure she never finds out. But first, he must kill Jax, the Prince of Hearts. Okay guys, if you guys don't know, I always find back blurbs kind of misleading because they could be as dramatic and as crazy as you want, but sometimes they feel like they just mislead you and tell you, oh my god, it's gonna go craziness, but in reality, it's just nothing. But this one, when I was thinking about all the theories, my heart was actually aching because I was just like, oh my god, I really want to read this now, remembering everything I've gone through reading the first 2 books and now thinking of the theories. Just amazing. But the first theory is just something else before I thought of the back blurb or anything, okay? So my first theory is that since leaving from the fact that Jax and Evangeline are supposedly married by Jack's words of what he says, they keep life going and start over the relationship like nothing happened. But sooner or later she finds out the truth about him and may or may not leave him. Something might happen after, but this is just like an idea, okay? So probably won't happen, but yeah. Okay, theory number 2. So I found this picture over here, which is a sneak peek to book number 3. And as you can see, it says wanted, dead or alive, and then a picture of Jax. Lord Jax, for murder and more heinous crimes against the crown. That's kind of crazy. Okay, so from this picture, I think what happened is Evangeline gets really mad when she finds out that that Jax lied to her, that they were husband and wife, and she runs off to Apollo and stays with him. But then Jax comes, or maybe, not because I think about it, I think what if they pretended to end the relationship, Jax and Evangeline go both of them together, so Evangeline runs off to Apollo, pretends to be with him, and then she gives the crown to Jax. But since nobody will think that Evangeline, a sweet little girl, will steal the throne from her amazing husband, Apollo, so yeah, and so they get that. That's the theory. So I've changed it a bit from what I thought at the start for theory 2, but yeah. Theory number 3. So we know that I found out that from this third book we'll have 3 POVs. Wait, third theory, 3 POVs. What's the chance that everything's 3 that I'm saying right now? Okay, whatever. So the 3 POVs are Jax, Evangeline, and Apollo. So so we know from this, we know for sure that Apollo will be part of this book, probably, and pretty much in a big way, because he has a POV. If you guys don't know, POV is a POV, point of view. Okay, so and I think that this could be something going from theory 2, that Evangeline runs off to Apollo, but this time not how I thought, weird ways, maybe she's together with Jax or whatever. But then there's a fight between Jax and Apollo. Kind of, you could say, the Hunger Games to see who she left with. Theory 4. As I said before, there might be a battle between Jax and Apollo for Evangeline. But for the start, it could have started in different ways. So it could be that Apollo finds Evangeline and steals her and tells her the truth and maybe says some bad things about Jax. Because she's so innocent, she doesn't remember anything of what happened. She could truly just believe him, take some of his lies by him saying, oh my god, Jax is horrible, you shouldn't be with him, he is just not the person. No. Yeah. Okay, and that's kind of the idea, but you know, there are many alterations. Theory number 5. So, this theory, I found another picture, another sneak peek to the book, which is this. So, it says, what are you to me? She asked, his eyes locked with hers. Nothing. First of all, it gives the fact that nothing means everything, guys. It's just, you don't even need to be a professional to understand that when he says nothing and eyes locked into hers, it honestly feels more like you are everything to me. Everything in the whole entire world. So like he pretends to not love her, pretends not to care about her, but he really does. And this could go for a crazy romance book plot with many twists and so many things. And that would be so awesome if that happened, with the twists, the plots, everything going crazy with this romance heavy thing, and the idea that he says, no, you're nothing to me, but honestly, she is everything to him. Alright, theory 6. This is another sneak peek I got from the internet. This picture. So, as you can see, it says he wanted a piece of her, to keep her, to use her for later. This truly shows, honestly, for me, that he wants to use her in a way. Yes, I think, too, that he might love her. He might love her for who she is. He might love her. But he truly, maybe at the start, wanted to use her. Like, before, because it wouldn't be surprising, honestly, if he used her again. He used her before for the Valerie Arches. I wouldn't be surprised if he used her for something else. Hey, so quick voice over me. Just so you know, I would actually be surprised because I want them to be together, okay? Yes, after crying the tears of blood and actually using the Valerie Arch stones just to bring her back to life and that she wouldn't die because of chaos, I still feel like maybe he believes, though he said that he was her husband, whatever, I feel like he might use her again. Maybe to find a different way with Donatella. Maybe he believes, yes, Donatella is his true love, but since he still wants to keep Evangeline alive, he'll pretend to be her husband, then go back in time and do it again. And maybe he'd use her for something else because she is technically a living machine, you could say, in a way. Okay, so quick voiceover me again. I actually don't mean that she's a living machine, because she isn't. That could keep her to go somewhere, she could lead him to something that he might use to get back to Donatella. Because you never know, he might still want to go with Donatella, though I'm pretty sure he understands that he loves her. So yeah, now, theory number 7. This is the last theory, and this is a sneak peek that I found. So, this tiny text, it's literally 3 words long, but there's some other text from the second book that kind of gives a hint out. So, the tiny 3-word text is, remember, little fox. Okay, so it is really little, but also remember that there's this text from the second book that honestly reminds us, okay? This is what he said. I want to sound like him. I swear, this is what I really want. I want to erase every moment you and I have spent together. Every word you've said to me and every time I've touched you. Because if I don't, I'll kill you. Just like I killed the fox. He is reminding her. He is reminding her the role she's playing. But personally, I feel like in his version, it'll let's pretend like in the POV of Jax, I feel like it'll be like hater to lover, like an enemy to a lover. So like you think, no, I have nothing to do with her. I just want Donatella. This girl over here is who I want. But in true ideas, he does love her. But he is reminding us, in the third book, he is reminding us that he wants to erase every moment with her. He wants to erase every single thing with her. And he'll kill her like he killed the fox in the Hunter Fox story. Which is kind of crazy in my thoughts. Because like, out of everything, he decides, no, I will still heal her. You don't understand, you love her. But I don't know, like, this is really crazy going. My thoughts are everywhere. It's crazy. Okay, so now that we finished saying the theories, just so you know, guys, some theories are very thrown out, crazy things that I just thought when I was like, that. Oh yeah, that. And some of them were sneak peeks. So it's really crazy. But of course with some theories, they don't really work out with the sneak peeks that I have. But they were just thrown out ideas that I just have. But guys, if you have any other theories for what will happen in the third book, please tell me down below. I would love to see your guys' ideas. I'm pretty sure they're also just as amazing. And honestly, I just want to know every single thought and detail. Because guys, maybe you have a theory for what could happen. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Remember to tell me if you have any other theories down below. If you agree or disagree with some of my theories, it's okay. I know my theories are very thrown out craziness. So I'm not going to be surprised if some of them are too crazy for you guys. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
All right.